Hi, I'm Bad Boy 220, and I'm here to review 903 Part 3, The Dream Warriors. Part 3, I gotta say, is awesome. That's all I gotta say. It is awesome. You got action, you got fantasy, you got horror, you got a great cast, you got a great story. Instead of the story is basically a group of kids are fighting back against Freddy. Not just one kid, but a group who done themselves to Dream Warriors. Each of them had their own unique powers. I mean, you have Kristen, who can pull people demon, has like some sort of gymnastics moves. Kincaid, who quite honestly is one of my favorite characters. He has like super strength. He can, because he's very very handy. Um, Guy named Will, who's in the wheelchair, but in Dream World, he can step and walk. He has like wizard powers. And then there's Karen, who turns like some sort of weird biker chick with a 80s hairdo and switchblade knives he uses against Freddy. But I'll get to those guys later. The movie starts out with Kristen in her room, just making some sort of popsicle stick building. Her mom comes in, and tells her to go to sleep, which of course Kristen does. And we all don't have to go. Someone goes. The main character goes to sleep in these movies. Kristen arrives in the house. Kristen arrives at the house that she built. We see a little girl on the porch. The Kristen's are like, "Who are you?" The girl just stands there and giggles. She giggles. Then she turns away and just bikes into the house. Kristen follows her. Kristen follows her. That will lead her to the basement where, of course, the boiler is. We see the boiler light up and somebody open the door upstairs in the house. We hear footsteps pounding above the door or floor, whatever. The girl says, "Freddy's home." So Kristen grabs the girl, picks her up, starts starts running. She runs down like this narrow hallway. It's like some sort of weird quicksand, and what? I mean, what is that? Sorry. I mean, what is that? That's like some sort of weird quicksand, like ninja death trap thing. And when Fate pops out all cool and like, ha! He runs it slow. He runs in slow motion. He swipes at her. He misses, mind you. But yeah, basically the whole movie Faye's trying to scare the hell out of these kids. So Christian wakes up. She goes to her bathroom, where apparently she's in another nightmare. The sink hands or something like pop up and like grabs her by the hands like. It's like the Freddy person me is laughing at her. The one of the little handles like crosses like slash her wrist. Her mom walks in. She finds out a razor in her hand. They think it's a suicide attempt, which is actually understandable considering the way we find the razor in her hand. Yeah. So we find out Western Hills, which of course drawn to Western Hills as in favors is Jason with all the people who actually contact with Freddy. Freddy was locked up. We've seen a lot of things that from Freddy vs. Jason in this movie. So we find out one of our main characters, Dr. Neil Goldman, who's one of the head psychiatrists of the kids. He's talking to one of these named Max, played by Lois Fishburne. Yeah, Morpheus. He's played by Mama Jamma Morpheus. Uh huh. The guy's the Matrix. And guess what? He had hair. He with hair. We see another doctor called Doctor Sims, who's head of the whole project. They get called to the emergency place where Christian was. They were trying to sedate Christian. And she throws a temper tantrum. I think they tried. Goldman tries to sedate. She kicks it. I think she kicked him in the groin. He made the needle go flying. So she holds up a scalpel like she actually cuts Max in the arm right around here, and she starts saying the 178 stay up late. Next thing you know, then Nancy returns. Heather Lightning Camp, the first person ever to defeat Freddy. Yeah, apparently she's an intern at the same exact hospital that Freddy's survivors live. Yeah, I don't think that's a coincidence. Do interview. If not, give me a thumbs up. Actually, if you don't think that's a coincidence, give me a thumb up. If not, if you do think it's a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Anyway, so we learned that Nancy has been working on doing research on paranoid nightmares, of course, doing experience with Freddy. We also find out Hypnosil, where Hypnosil came from. It's an experimental drug dream suppressant that Nancy's basically been taking. Later that night, Kristen falls asleep when we find she's in the house again. It's probably actually kind of weird. I mean, Faye turns into a weird giant worm thing, trying to eat Kristen. Like, this is where we find out where Kristen's special dream power is. We find out she's able to pull people into her dreams. Yeah. If you had, I'm saying right now, I'm asking you all this right now. If you had a dream power, let me know what it would be. Well, actually, if I ever had a dream power, it would be like I'd be able to have like every kind of weapon imaginable to take Freddy out. Let's see him come back from that, boy. And as he gets in the dream, she picks up a long piece of glass with like a mirror. She stabs Faye right in the eye with it, so Faye recognizes her. And then of course she gets scared head for the hills. She locks herself behind the door. Stuff behind the door, where Kristen pulls him out by thinking it apparently. Then in Nancy's office, we know that Kristen always had that power. Every time she had a bad team, she used to pull her dad in. Well, Nancy finally learns that Freddy isn't dead, and he's still killing. Then we have the first group therapy of the whole movie. The entire movie is like three groups. There's like three groups in this whole movie. We know about the other characters with Will, who's in a wheelchair because he tried to the guy with the powers. He tried to do a suicide attempt. We see Kid Cade, who's basically the tough guy of the group, but the kind-hearted kid. Jennifer, who's the inspired actress who wants to go to LA after she got Western Hills. Philip also is played a guy who played, I think he was Harvey to be the Teenage Witch. I'm not quite sure on that. He's also in the movies and he's a puppeteer. He makes marionette dolls, which is very clever how he dies. I'll get that later. We see Joey, who's a mute basically for the entire movie. Yeah, the entire movie, the guy's a mute. He didn't say two words. Halfway through the movie, he said two words. Anyway, they go around introducing themselves to her. Kid K throws a little fit. And then and later on, Taryn, Will, and Joey are playing this weird Dungeons and Dragons game, I think. It's lights out, so Max comes in and tucks them all in. Philip falls asleep. But while that happens, Freddy shows up as one marionette doll. He cuts the rope that's holding him. He jumps down. Freddy takes his claw and just starts ripping at the guy like this. His arms, his legs, and he uses his tendons as a marionette thing. He walks him out like this up to the top floor, where like this.